especially if I'm just going to fall asleep, let's just click it. So interesting. This is just, of course, all developing now, and we're going to have more of Janine throughout the day.
All right, today 50% of small businesses fail in the first 4 to 5 years.
And for a lot of companies, it's because they just can't afford to compete in a large market.
But what about renting a high-level executive to get you off the ground? Urban Dynamics is a company that does just that. Joining us via Skype is the company's founder, Walter Urban. Walter, good morning. Can I rent a CEO if I have a small business?
Well, we're not quite CEOs, but we are rent Vice President, Director of Marketing, Business Development, PR, and Sales. And thank you for having us, and good morning, by the way.
And so if you have this pool, do you just have, I'm trying to picture this, are these individuals, these men and women just sitting at home by the phone waiting for you to give them a call and say, hey, you're needed, or most of these people actually working 5 days a week?
No, these would be full-time consultants. I mean, basically, we're really good project managers. Besides knowing marketing, sales, or business development, we're people that can work on 3 or 4 different clients at the same time. We have the Fortune 500 experience, but we also bring the value of having that experience to a small or medium-sized company, a startup, anything from maybe $0 to $20 million.
Walter, how important is that outsider perspective? You've been doing things one way. New person comes in and says, what? You're wasting money, you're wasting time and resources.
Well, you know, there are so many passionate entrepreneurs that have great ideas, intelligent engineers, IT people, project management people like Cheetah Learning. But sometimes they just need some expertise in marketing, sales, or business development. Typically, that's different than the passion that a person has to start a company. So we bring that, again, that Fortune 500 experience to a small company that they typically couldn't afford because of, you know, high salaries and paying a full-time person. And they typically don't do the same type of marketing activities that a big Fortune 500 company would do to get going and survive.
Walter, do you have a common denominator as to some of the problems that small businesses face when they're trying to compete with the big boys?
Well, the first thing is, you know, setting up a good strategy and developing tactics to support that strategy and then sticking to it, but also being able to adapt on the fly. Because when you're competing against the big Fortune 500 companies or Fortune 1000 companies, you don't have advertising dollars, you don't have PR dollars, so you have to do a lot of creative grassroots type things, and those are the things that we really shine in. So you got to make sure that you appear big even though you're small.
Walter, real quick, how much does it cost to rent a VP?
It just really depends on what the situation is. It's always less than what a full-time entry-level person would be, though.
All right. Walter Urban, president and founder of Urban Dynamics. Walter, thanks for Skyping with us. Joining us now to continue this conversation on set is Michelle LaBrosse. She is the founder of Cheetah Learning, a company that has benefited from renting an executive. I'm curious why you tapped into this.
Well, I'm an aerospace engineer, but I got into accelerated learning to help other aerospace engineers and technology people learn how to learn faster. And when I got into this, most corporate education was a lesson in boredom tolerance.
Okay.
And for really smart people, that can get really old really fast. So we wanted to create great courses for people in companies who are really smart so they didn't waste their time. Now, being really smart doesn't mean I'm really smart in everything. I'm good in aerospace engineering, I'm good in project management,
True.
But I needed to become a seasoned professional really fast. This was like 14 years ago. I hired Walter to take over my public relations, marketing, media. How am I supposed to know this?
And you say Walter, you mean Walter who we were just talking about, Walter Urban.
Right, I hired him 14 years ago. In 1 year, Walter made me the brand leader in my industry for project management training. We're now the gold standard for education. Like, there's hundreds of companies in the Bay Area that have Cheetah Learning alumni in it. We have 60,000 students, and these are the smartest companies like Google, Stanford, Lawrence Livermore.
But why not hire Walter Urban full-time? Why rent Walter Urban?
I do not want Walter working for me full-time because I want his creative expansiveness. When Walter works for multiple clients, he makes my company more creative because he's bringing creative solutions that he's seeing working with other people.
He's learned from other companies, and that way he can kind of spread the knowledge. Is that what you're saying?
Right. And so Walter will, you know, be with another client. I mean, I think he was working with somebody that made really cool insulated water bottles. Now, what does that have to do with project management training? But the crossover, what he learned in social media, he helped me adopt that into my social media platform. So it works far better for me to rent the VP and have somebody who has a wide base of experience helping me on a day-to-day basis.
Michelle, did he tell you to stop doing anything that you were totally married to? Did he kill one of the ideas? He thought, no, that's my best thing. And he said, got to get rid of it.
Well, what he did is he humanized me. So I'm an engineer. I'm like stiff. I mean, I'm a rocket scientist. And so Walter said, you know, if we're going to appeal to the masses, you have to be friendlier. You have to be warmer. You can't come across as like a know-it-all. And so it was like hard because when you're an engineer, you typically think, oh my God, you know, I'm top of the world. But that's not going to help your students.
Right.
And ultimately, we're here to help students learn, become better project managers.
Had anybody ever said that to you before?
You know, no, because I'm kind of intimidating.
Okay, okay.
So, but
So
Walter
he
was,
has the gravitas to say something like that. You're paying him.
right. Well, and he wants me to be successful because the more successful I am, the more successful he is. And he's made us the brand leader, which is impressive because I also, as an engineer, I'm not used to talking about myself. But he got me talking Cheetah Learning, Cheetah Learning. Everything you say is Cheetah. It's Cheetah, Cheetah, Cheetah.
How long do you use them for?
I still use them.
You still use them?
I still use them because Walter continues to bring new and innovative ideas into my business.
How much do you pay him?
I pay him, well, it depends on what the month-to-month is, but I pay him about $5,000 a month. But about a couple years ago, I had to take care of my mom with brain cancer, and I wasn't putting as much time into the company. So Walter dialed back his fees.
Interesting.
So it was great to work with him.
Well, Michelle, you seem very human to us.
Yeah.
What are you talking about here, Al? You're right. I mean,
Yeah.
you're-
Michelle
Well, that's
LaBrosse,
Walter.
Did he tell you to get the cheetah print?
He told me to wear the jacket. He goes,
I
Michelle, you got to
like
wear the
Pops on
jacket on the
television.
show.
It's
Hey, Michelle LaBrosse, thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Thank you from Cheetah Learning.